and so is Brandon Aubrey to kick this one off. And through the snowflakes, off we go here on EA Sports. And he can only get back to the 16-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
First and 10. They'll run, and for the first time, it's Jonathan Brooks. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage, the defense with a statement on the game's first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Another try with Brooks. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down. Out of the shotgun, Young. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. Throwing, Willis. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
They'll try again here, second and 10. Here's Willis. He'll tuck it and take off.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Here's third and 7. Throwing, Willis. And that is incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
To throw, here's Willis. That's taken in, and he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on fourth down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Brian Cook. And the Bills are going to take over here at their own 22.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Here we go, set. 70 Lions. Cowboy 80. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
And movement up front. And that's our first time tonight to check in with our referee.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Young. And this ball batted away and incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
I think you just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an...
To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Rams. That gives him 14 touchdowns for the year. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. These kicks not a given in the snow, but this one is good. And the Rams will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the end zone. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Okay, ready?
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll put a receiver in motion right. Look to hit him with the jet sweep here to begin this drive. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the 1st down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
A 2nd down throw for Young. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
So they made it a priority here early to try to get him the ball in the 1st quarter, but that was their 3rd attempt. None of them have resulted in a catch. I think you got to start looking elsewhere. You don't want to get into a position, Mike, where you feel like you're forcing the guy the ball and forcing your offense to run through him.
3rd down, 3 to go. Throwing is Young. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. But instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Now, faking the give. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Terrion Arnold.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Mingo, the man in motion. On 2nd down, Young. Oh, he gets a good read defensively and intercepts it. Picked off by Darius Rush. And he's going to go out of bounds, but a very nice return up past the 35-yard line.
So what's a strong safety's job, Mike? It's easy. Make impact plays, and that impact doesn't always have to be down in the box or with a big hit. They are just as much ball hawks as any defensive back on this team, and he proved it with that interception.
Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example of it here.
Throwing is Willis. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Willis now to throw. He's got his man. Complete to Wilson. 15 yards through the air. Good for a Rams 1st down.
1st down, Los Angeles.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. The Rams out to the early lead. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10.
60 by 6, 60 by 6, 70 rings, 70 rings.
Willis. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? This one caught at the 4. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll get about halfway there. That's a gain of 2, down to the 2. Pistol snap to Willis. He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, Los Angeles. On for the PAT is Aubrey. That one off the left upright, but it bounds in. High degree of difficulty, but the doink gets a point. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
They motion a receiver right. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
7, 19 tight, 19 tight. Let's go.
To throw is Young. He's going to keep it in. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the defense has it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. So that is 2 touchdowns in this game, and now 15 for the year. Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Rams will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And he goes nowhere, buried back at the 15-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
Here's the pistol snap to Young. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid.
Got it. Ready?
Here's 2nd and 2.
Set. Viking 18. Warrior 70.
Young. He gets it to Jonathan Mingo. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
It's been a rough first half, But now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
To throw, Young. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Rams have it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the time.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating, let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half.
Ready, set.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Come 19. Come 19. Ready.
Here's Young. That is brought in. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
And finally, we see this offense find a little bit of life here early in this first half. They've struggled to get anything going early on, but at least this play has them on the move. Now, can they finish this drive and finally put some points on the scoreboard here in the first half?
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Ready.
2nd and 7.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Moore going in motion.
Check go.
Throwing on 2nd down, Young. Oh, high throw there, but a nice job to go up and get it. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Go.
Out of the shotgun, Young. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Jonathan Mingo, the intended target. And now they'll be looking at 3rd and goal.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. Through the falling snow, the kick is good. And the Bills are on the board just before halftime.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. And he's got it at the 1. And he'll be out of bounds on the return, and the drive will begin there.
At their own 26-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 79 Bronco. 7-5.
Throwing, Willis. There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Let's go. Buffalo 18.
Now Willis. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. All right, Coach, thank you. The snow continuing to fall as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. He'll start at the 4. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40.
Let's go now.
Here's Willis. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Down the sideline. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Rams. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line, and that's where the offense will take the field. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Set. Set, go.
From the gun, it's Young. That's 3. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. And And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick six, but he does set up the offense with first and goal.
Well, I don't think it takes any real high-level analysis, Mike. When you turn the ball over at this rate, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. I mean, it's just very simple. You got to protect the football if you want any chance of turning around this one.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points. Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Throwing here on third and goal. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Malik Willis. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Now Aubrey for the extra point. He's got it. And the Rams will add one more onto their big lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
70 Lions.
They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Set.
Now Young. Catch is made, that's Mingo. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Ready.
Pass complete, right side to Kincaid.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping them short on 3rd down. Brings up 4th, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
The Bills bringing on their punting unit. Ball security a must in these conditions. Fair catch called for and taken without issue. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Go.
Willis to throw. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm, being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield, and there does come some danger when you throw back across, but in this case, it's a big completion.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now, faking the give. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. He's taken down just shy of the 10. Still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10. They go from the 11. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, L.A. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
Let's go.
On first down is Young. Throwing right, it's taken in. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 19 Lion. Ready.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. That's into the hands of Jonathan Brooks. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line again.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. Back to throw, Young. It's caught, Mingo with the grab. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready.
Here's Young. He's got his tight end, Kincaid. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Buffalo.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Young gonna give it to Brooks. And a good run there. Gonna get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Set. Go.
Here's the pistol snap to Young. That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. Oh, big hole left side. Inside the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Rams. Aubrey now for the extra point. And he missed it. It's no good. One of the few things that's gone wrong so far. So they're unable to add one more point onto this big lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
First and 10. To throw is Young. He'll dump this down to the fullback coming out of the backfield. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
On second down, Young.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Now a 3rd and 2.
Here we go, set.
Now Young. And that is incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
He's got the first down and more than that. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
There's a lot of factors that make this play so successful, Mike, and clearly the ability of this tight end to not only find the open space in the defense, but then after the catch to turn into a runner. That is very rare at the tight end position. We're seeing it more and more often, though, over the last couple years. And then the accuracy of the quarterback to not only deliver the ball to the open receiver, but to do it in a way that allows him to comfortably turn into a runner and not have to slow down and pick up those extra yards after the catch.
6-yard line.
Mustang 19. Check out.
A second down throw for Young. He pulls it in around the 5. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches.
Let's go now.
Young. That is caught. And they'll get into the end zone for the first time tonight. Jonathan Brooks. Touchdown, Buffalo.
And this is just high-level quarterback play down here in the red zone. The way they teach them their progressions, Mike, it's touchdown, check down. You don't want to take a sack, and you certainly don't want to turn the ball over. He knows he has nothing down the field, nowhere to go to his receivers and tight ends. Check it down to your back, let them do the rest after the catch, and it results in a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, here's Willis. Got a man left side, it's caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Willis now to throw. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. He's fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. Oh, no. This goes through the end zone. Did he lose it now before crossing the plane? It looks like they say he did. So this is the rule that always brings up a lot of debate. This winds up a touchback, a turnover, and the opponents take over at the 20-yard line.
Panther 11. Go.
Young to throw on first down. And not wanting to take on any contact, he's going to slide to a stop. 13 yards to start that drive, and a quick first down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win for the visiting